Hi, good morning, friends. Good morning, guys. Good morning, all of you. I forgot to play Daler Mehendi. अरे हिमांशु जलसा भाई. Hi Jay. Hello Ronak. ऋषभ पक्का 100%. सुप्रभात लक्ष्य. अरे सोमेश्वर, I am very fine and healthy. Thank you, yaar. I'm still expecting people to join in. It seems some of them have taken the liberty of Saturday, Sunday night, maybe. I agree, yaar, Lakshay. Yeah, Himanshu. Yeah, definitely, Vishal. 100%. I can see some of you have joined. If possible, guys, please switch on your cameras. I can see. Excuse me, sorry. Ashreya, fortunately, the feedback which I have got for CA Foundation paper, it has been amazing. The students are very happy about the paper. I was just hoping that they clear and we start with what's a CA Inter. So same thing, you also have to do, okay? Give the papers nicely so that directly CA final is what we should be getting. Oh, okay, Himanshu, okay. No, in finals you won't be having economics. All right, let's begin. Yes, Pratham. No, Someshwar. All right, let's start with whatever we had, studied already. First, we will revise the previous lecture and then we take it ahead. Sounds okay to all of you? Okay, in the meanwhile, I think those who are yet to join will join. Now, friends, as you all are aware, in the previous lecture, we had completed chapter number 3, unit number 2. Right, beta? Today we are going to, or yesterday, sorry, in the last lecture itself, we started with unit 3, that is monetary policy. A very important topic from your exams perspective, monetary policy. Because individually, they can be asking like anything. They can ask you about interest rate channel. They can ask you about exchange. See, I know they won't be asking you the entire monetary transmission mechanism, right? Because the questions will be worth 2 marks or 3 marks. So at that time, they cannot ask you such long answers. So it will be small answers basically. We'll just have a quick revision. Unit number 3, we are trying to understand. The name of that unit is monetary policy. And we divided this unit into 2 parts. First one was monetary policy framework. The other one was organizational structure for monetary policy decisions. The first part, monetary policy framework, further we divided into 3 parts. First one would be meaning and objectives. So we understood the meaning of monetary policy, that it is nothing but use of monetary policy instruments in order to bring efficiency, cost of credit, availability of credit at the most optimum rate of interest to the productive sectors. So when we talk about monetary policy, it is made by RBI and the person who represents will be governor of RBI. There is no particular date. It can be announced at any given point of time. It will be applicable from the very next day of the announcement and it will be applied till the next date of announcement. This was the basic introduction about monetary policy. When it comes to objectives, economic growth, maintaining price stability, regulating the issue of currency in the economy, and after that, creating a market for government securities, and not only that, diverting the credit to the productive sectors. All this were the objectives. Now, friends, once we have completed the objectives, then we started with a very important answer. That is called as analytics of monetary policy. In analytics of monetary policy, friends, we had 5 different channels. What were the 5 different channels, my friends? First one, interest rate channel. Second one, exchange rate channel. Third one is quantum channel. Fourth one is asset price channel. And fifth one would be expectations channel. Okay. So in the first 3, if you remember, we had studied that recovery recession, that government can intervene either at the time of recovery or at the time of recession. So at the time of recovery, government will increase the level of interest rate. At the time of recession, it will decrease the level of interest rate, and we understood how inflation will reduce at the time of recovery and how economic growth will be present at the time of recession. These are the things that you have written in your notebook, right? Second one, exchange rate channel. This was slightly critical, but you took me to surprise when you were able to understand everything in one go. And I'm not joking on this, right? So that's a very good part. What happened in exchange rate channel? I explained you what is appreciation and what is depreciation and how it affects our imports and exports. Am I right? So just revising, students, you can have that in front of you and look at it. Whatever I'm saying, are you able to relate that? I'm very sure you must have revised also, but still for my satisfaction, So when the currency rate depreciates, exports will be more and imports will be less. When the currency rate appreciates, exports would fall and imports would rise. At the time of recovery, there is scarcity of goods availability in the economy. Because of this, the price can rise. RBI will appreciate the currency so that we export less and import more. So the goods are available in the economy itself. When surplus of production is available, price automatically starts falling. At the time of recession, we want to sell more and more. So if you want to sell more, your exports have to exceed imports. So you want to increase the level of exports and reduce the level of imports. So you will depreciate the currency. That will increase the level of economic growth or GDP in the economy. So that was overall exchange rate channel. After that, quantum channel was very easy, not at all difficult. Okay. Quantum channel is like credit availability to the business houses. Okay, at the time of recovery, you will give less credit. At the time of recession, you will try to increase the level of credit. This is very basic. I mean, this is logical also, yeah. Right? You have seen in the last year when there was recession in the Indian economy, RBI or the banks were giving more loans. Start your own venture, start business, Startup India program and whatnot. They are giving more credit, right? So whenever there is recession, they get excited and they start giving you money, more money. Similarly, at the time of recovery, it might not be the same. Okay. So that is about the entire quantum channel. Now we come here for the fourth one, and the name of the fourth channel is nothing but asset price channel. Asset price channel. Now asset price here, asset means what? Asset can mean here stock market, real estate market. So there are two parts. where the government can intervene either at the time of recovery or at the time of recession, government can intervene. Okay. Now, when we are talking about asset, friends, here asset I am considering as equity market. Okay, and there is one more market that is nothing but bond market. Now, friends, think logically and tell me on which market in this two RBI can have a control on. Fantastic, yeah. Bond market, because bond market is a money market instrument, and equity market is stock market. It is under the purview of SEBI. However, SEBI can only regulate. It cannot control. See, controlling is different and regulating is different. Regulating is supervising. So when you become or you are working with SEBI, at that time you need to understand that when you are working with SEBI, you will have to see that people are not manipulating with the stock prices. Now you may or may not work with SEBI, frankly speaking, because you are not a kind of socialist. I hardly feel you will be working with government or RBI or SEBI or any governing institution. You will not be interested in that. Rather, you will be interacting with SEBI when you launch your own IPO, right? And especially what today's startup ecosystem is doing with the IPO, my friends, I think it creates a lot more opportunity for um, the youngsters, the young chartered accountants like you. Yeah, Lakshay. Insider trading, I don't think that is required, something like that. That's stupidity according to me. Insider trading, artificial increment. I think Indian market is so underutilized even now that even if we try to reach out to the entire nation, if we make proper strategy, if we give our 100% to the business and we try to grow, no, still there is so much of potential left, still so much of valuation left, that all these things will not be required. Look at Patanjali here, the way they have created the market potential. See, I'm not commenting the person who is involved in the Patanjali, or I'm not, talking about the products. But look at the sentimental value. It has hit the target, bullseye. That, it is a product which is prepared by Indian for India. First time we are having such kind of FMCG company. So it is not easy to give a tough competition to HUL, who has been here before independence. You know, Britishers went back, but they left HUL for us. That you keep using our what's a shampoo, soap, face wash, toothpaste. So all your hygiene requirement we will provide you. Yeah, Imanshu, correct. And I think Patanjali will also come up with IPO. They will not stop. They are also very opportunistic. So all these small startups, I think, and the BSC chairman, he is very a very capitalist kind of person. He only gives more and more startups this opportunity to come and launch the equity. Now, friends, if equity is so easily available, think about it. Okay, if equity is so easily available, don't you think it will add on to the inflation? See, I'm not against equity market. There is nothing against or with equity market. I'm just saying you, in extreme cases, this will be the scenario. If in India, let's suppose now equity is easily available, what happens, Someshwar wants to launch a business. Someshwar gets the funding from equity market. Lakshay gets it. Blessy gets it. Sri gets it. Aparna, Ashriya, Afra, Charan, Mukyan, Janvi. Then Bharat gets it. Kushi gets it. Revati gets it. Swati, Aishwarya gets it. All of you get it. So now more and more names adding into the list. Imagine, okay? So you all will be getting more money from the equity market. What is the next course of action? Immediately you start spending that money in the market. I mean, you take it from the equity market and you start spending in the physical market. Okay. So in case of physical market, you go on expanding the business. You go on hiring more and more employees. Even at loss, you will go on selling more and more, more and more, more and more. Correct? But later on, you realize, ouch, losses. In March, it will pinch you a lot. And then you say, no, 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 it won't be able, we won't be able to survive like this. Increase the price, increase the price. Correct, no? And at that time, price starts increasing. So regardless of whatever product you are selling, Sri will increase the price, Aparna will increase the price, Blessy will increase the price. Are you getting this? So the price start rising because money was easily available. That will result into inflation. So recovery, already there is inflation, and if you go on adding more to the equity market, it will increase the inflation furthermore. My question to you is very simple. At the time of recovery, do you think we need to push up the equity market or try to control the equity market? Control the equity market, right? Second one option, correct? Control the equity market. So if you want to control the equity market at the time of recovery, what will you have to do with the level of bond market then? In bond market, see, because people are having money to invest. If not equity market, they will look out for something else. So at that time, you have to attract these people. So you have to make bond markets more attractive. Now, when I say bond market more attractive, that doesn't mean you will start giving advertisement in the television with Katrina Kaif on the brand ambassador page. Attractive means you have to give higher rate of interest. Okay. That's very simple. So when you start giving higher rate of interest in the bond market, people will start putting their money into bonds. And it is quite easy also, I will tell you very simply. Let's suppose Charan wants to invest 1 crore rupees. Now, when he invests 1 crore, that is his lifetime savings, let's suppose into maybe equity market in some stock. Now, but stock is very risky. A trusted bank like Yes Bank can fall at any given point of time. A scam can come out. You must have studied this in audit. A scam can come out and Satyam will be taken for a toss. Right? Ramalinga Raju story. You must be aware about it, I'm sure. Now, friends, if these things keep on happening, and on the other hand, then we have Zomato, the company making losses at such a high valuation. So it is very uncertain. See, in Indian stock market, I always say this, there is only one thing certain, and that is uncertainty. So Charan, if I give I means here, let's suppose if RBI gives an opportunity to Charan and all of us that you invest in bonds and you get 12% yield. So safe and secure 12%, friends. It is better than uncertain 15%. Let's understand this. Even in stock market, if the CAGR is 15%, compounded annual growth rate, then also it is uncertain. You don't know whether that money is going to come in. So you will park your money in the bonds, no? Correct. See, in India, no, people wish to save more. And why do people save? Because they don't know what is going to happen in the future, right? I will tell you some small aspects of Indian society so that you understand why this kind of uncertain. See, we are trying to go deep into this. Are you okay with this? Right? And I will also tell you why we are doing this, because it is not just about, about our asset price channel. Honestly, it is just not about asset price channel. Today, I feel bond market is a virgin market in India. It is still unexplored. So for you guys, there is a lot of opportunity. Just similar to what I had said in certificate of deposit. So similarly, bond market is an unexplored market completely. So why are we missing on it? That I don't understand. FDs are giving 6% rate of interest. How much is that? Apna PF Provident Fund? 7? 7%. Okay, Lakshay, thank you. So 7.1%, something like that. So 7.5 maximum, let's say. Then comes post office. I think post offices are on the same line and length. 7.58%. Yeah. Okay. See, now listen to this very carefully, guys. If you want to raise money from, let's suppose, loans, business loan, how much that will cost you from the banks? 12%, Lakshay is saying. Okay. Minimum 12%, all right. Minimum 12%. Then it depends upon the creditability. Himanshu is saying 12 to 18%. I agree to that. It ranges anywhere between 12 to 18%, and even it can even go beyond that. So let's take average 12 to 18%. I will take 15. Would that be fine with you? Right? So if you want to start your own business, or not even start, okay, you are let's suppose you have a proof of concept, you have started already the business. So you can borrow the money at, let's suppose, 15%. And the depositors are getting 6% on FD and 7% on this thing PF, and 7.5% maximum maybe on post offices. If your placement is somewhere in between 10.5%, it creates a huge attraction for all the investors in the bond, of course. So the people who are investing in, not investing actually, saving in fixed deposit, for them it will be an additional 4% advantage. So they will park that money with you. And understand from your perspective, no, you had to pay 15% interest, and that too every month you have to pay to the banks. Here you have to roll out the bond payment only once in a year. So even if the yield is 10.5%, still you are in a win-win situation. So you are understanding this is somewhere in middle, but a very big opportunity, which is even today unexplored. You just need what, some talented pool of people like you. So if Chaitra thinks about this and says, let's suppose Chaitra goes to maybe L&T Finance or Bajaj Finance or JP Morgan Chase and presents this as a project that, sir, how people are investing in mutual funds. Similarly, let's take money from people, 1,000 rupees SIP kind of thing into bond market also, which is more safe and secure as compared to stock market, but also compared to mutual funds. And the returns will be fixed. And on the other hand, let's gather the people, the companies who are willing to borrow money from the bond market. So who is Chaitra? Chaitra is a bridge between these two parties, the investors and the borrowers. How does it sound? Sounds good? You know, because these are the type of companies which actually make profit. Chaitra doesn't have her own company which needs money, okay? And Chaitra is not also an investor. Chaitra is just a middle person, a broker, an agent. And if you take it to a professional level, my friends, that is where the money is lying in the today's business industry, if you understand. I will give you a few examples. The largest mobile selling company in the world is Apple, but not having a guys, am I visible, audible to all of you? Okay. There is no electricity, there is power cut. So I trust my mobile phone internet connectivity now. And I think I am visible because here it's raining. The light is not there. The sunrise, I don't know. It must have happened, but I can't see. It's very dark outside. So we'll still manage, okay? My voice is important for the time being because we are into middle of very important discussion. I was talking about Chaitra, and I was saying that today we are outside the sunny farmhouse. It's there, but anyway. So today, if you observe, friends, um, in the market, I was talking about Apple iPhone. Apple today is selling the largest, the highest numbers of phone in the world, but they don't have their own factory. Uber has the highest fleet service, but they don't own their own car. Airbnb accepts the highest number of hotel and room bookings, but they don't have a single house of their own. The world's biggest seller is Amazon, but they don't have a single product of their own. So today it is not about launching a product, manufacturing a product. It is about let the people do the task. You just take it to the customers and become the bridge. And that is how you start making money. Right? Makes sense to all of you. So if Apple can do it, if Uber can do it, it feels very wrong for me to take all the international brands example. I wish there were some, Indian companies wherein I could have taken examples for, but they are not. But opportunity is still there in the market, yes or no? So we need to analyze the opportunity just like we have it in the bond market. Yes, Sharan, Oyo is there. Then we have having also competing with Uber. We are having Ola, right? To compete with Amazon, we had Flipkart. But I wouldn't say these are completely Indian companies now. Now suddenly there is electricity. You can observe. Hmm. So in the next 5 years, you will be able to see Indians also, sir. I totally agree, Ariman. So I just hope and wish that Indians become more courageous. Our dreams are, very wrong actually. People in India see their dream that they want to work with US, they want to work in UK, they want to work with Apple. See, when your dream is to work with Google, only Google can grow, you cannot grow. Right? Wow, Imanshu, that's amazing. If your dream is today to work with Big Four becomes biggest four. You remain a very small part of that Big Four. There is nothing wrong. I am not saying it is wrong. See, go ahead. That is your dream, pursue it. But I always encourage one thing, students. Wherever you work, earn money, pool in more money, and then invest in your own startup. And the way today Flipkart, Oyo rooms, or Ola cabs have taken place, maximum investment they are getting is from foreign investors. Now, what do you think? Indians don't have money, they can't invest. We have money and Indians can invest. It's just that they need the safety and security net which we need to provide, and bond market is the one. So I think now you are comfortable with the mechanism of the bond market, that why we need to develop it, and why I was, for why did I invest so much of time in this. I could have easily told you, bond market make more attractive, this will come down. That could have been the scenario. But now you will maybe start investing your time on the bond market development. So just research more on it. Try to prepare a project, right? Start working with the chartered accountants. When you start your articleship, at that time you will be interacting with many companies. You will go on audit, let's say. You will be doing taxation, or even if you are in the, you are in the institute, at that time you will be interacting with many people who will be coming to visit your firm. So at that time, friends, keep on interacting. You can tell them, if I give you this project of raising money via bond market, will you be interested in taking it on the platform of my company? I will just charge a 0.5% commission. Now 0.5% commission, if you are raising, let's suppose 10 crore rupees. Are you getting this? So amount is very decent. 0.5% is a very good amount. I hope you are agreeing to this. Right? Yeah, Lakshay, correct. That's 50 lakh rupees. So that's how it works, friends. So think about it. Sorry, 5 lakh rupees, Charan. I miscalculated. I was in my mind, I was thinking about 100 crores. So I'm, try thinking about more about bond market. This is your today's task, maybe. If you find time, maybe 10-15 minutes invest on this, try to research on this. It will be great. Okay. Because in India, bond market is very, very, very less. Okay. Yeah, Neeraj is saying so drawback is minimum investment is a lot. I agree to it. But as I mentioned earlier, just like SIP, if we can create an instrument where people can pull in their funds and invest into bond market. Think about it. Who knows? 10 years back, who must have thought, no, mutual fund will be such a growing market. It has become today, no? Right. So 10 years from now, people will be giving your example in bond market. See, bond market he has developed, she has developed in the country. You never know, right? Ah, yes, Lakshay, correct. Revati is saying initially exposure at large is important. Yes, Revati, that's true. Are there any regulatory with the bond market that you will have to analyze, my friend? Right? Regulations, rules, pricing, everything. I leave it on to you. Okay. So, moral of the story here, if today we make bond market unattractive, people will shift to bond market, bringing the equity markets down. If equity markets are down, that means the investment will be under control. right? Because the investments have shifted to bond market. Now, bond market, if let's suppose if RBI is making investment in government bonds, assuming here, that means the money supply will come down in the market. If the money supply comes down in the market, the inflation will be under control. Now, you know the flip side, you can complete that, students. Don't wait for me. If the equity market has collapsed during recession, we need to uplift the equity market. And in order to uplift the equity market, we will have to make bond market unattractive. Okay, unattractive here means we will have to reduce the level of interest rate in the market. Correct, correct. So unattractive bond market, that will increase the level of investments in the market. Increasing the level of investment at the time of recession, we will get an opportunity to increase the level of economic growth. Okay. So here making unattractive doesn't mean you will be taking Ranu Mondal as your brand ambassador, right, Himanshu? Is there any company using bond market? Someshwar, you will be surprised to know there are many, but mostly are government companies, right? So there is a huge, huge opportunity available in Indian markets. And ultimately, you agree to this maybe. Mutual funds will become saturated at one point of time. Looking at the stock market volatility right now, I don't think people will be very keen in investing into stock market later on. Right? So let's see what happens next. So that's asset price channel for all of us, guys. I hope you have understood this. Right. The fifth point, don't make any kind of graph in that or any kind of business cycle in that, because that's just the theoretical part. Okay. Fifth one is expectations channel. Now, this is purely a psychological phenomenon. And you will understand this very nicely because in India, you know that, the Indian markets potentially depends upon one thing, and that is sentiments. We all trust one thing, and that is belief, hope. We all invest in hope, right? So when we talk about belief, when we talk about hope, expectations play a very important role in our life. So RBI will try to influence the expectations of the people of the country to influence the business cycle. They will try to develop the sentimental values of the people in order to influence the level of business cycle. Are you getting this? Let me help you with one example. Let's do it practically. Okay, you have to select either one or two, and don't worry at all. Whatever is your choice, regardless of that, I'm not going to judge you. This is just your answer. I want you to participate. I can see those who have kept their cameras on. I will be able to take only poll from them. Okay, or else if you wish, you can put the number in the chat box. So I can see, Shruti, I can see Kushi, Charan, and all of you whose name I have already taken. I can see all of you guys. right? Ovia also I can see now. Revati I can see. Shanmuga Priya I can see you. Okay. So most of you I can see. So Abhi, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to give you two options. You have to select any one of them so that I understand what RBI has done as a role of influencing your level of expectations. So there are two options. Option number one, what do you think? India is going to be a very prosperous country in the next 10 years. It is going to be one of the fastest developing countries on planet Earth. In possibly 20 years from now, by 2040, not even 20 years before that, I would say India will definitely become a developed economy. This is first. Second one, nothing can happen. Things will remain the way it is. Let us clear our qualification, go outside India, live our life very nicely, no problem at all. Which option according to you? Okay. Some of you are saying two. Of course, I will not judge you. Don't worry about it. Blessy, what's your choice on that? Afra, what's your choice? Okay. Okay, yes, okay. All right. Jay, what's your take on this? Okay. Ronak? All right. Asha? Okay. Haripriya, you said? One. Okay. So as per the response that I have got, um, okay, I would say I've got mixed response, but 80% believed in the first point. 80% I have taken on the lower side actually. It was more than that, depending upon the response that I've got, because I could see one, 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 and then one, two, then again one, one, then it was two. So no problem at all. It's our personal choice. So Someshwar, you have asked a very good question. What is your opinion? Like, what's your thought on this? I am on OnePlus, highly optimistic on the first one. I can bet my life on India, not money. We as a country are unstoppable. We are late. We are late in the process. I agree to that. But that's how we Indians are. We will reach late, but we will make our mark. We will not stop trying. Life has taught it so much hardships. Somewhere this, it is psychological. When you go to airport, when you go to, maybe some kind of a monument, right? Have you been to Taj Mahal? No. Those who have been to Taj Mahal, they will be able to relate, or any kind of beach, in India. When you go to that beach, when the foreigners come to enjoy the beauty. They come to see the Taj Mahal. They take selfie with Taj Mahal. What Indians do, take selfie with the foreigners there. Am I right or no? They leave Taj Mahal aside. Sir, one. Now Jenny from California is thinking, why is this guy taking a selfie with me? I am not even a celebrity or something. Just the ordinary, maybe a babysitter in California. She gets so much of importance here, right? So, but anyways, so we are crazy like that, but I'm very sure about the future that we are going to have, friends. I'm very optimistic about it. I'm sure India will definitely bounce back, right? We are trying a lot since independence, but now with the talent pool that I can see, that we are generating in the country, that you all are having, I'm sure we can be a developed economy in planet Earth. Right. And of course, those who have said second one, I truly feel that is also your personal choice, and you have to, go and earn money. Going abroad and earning money is never bad, because even from tax perspective, if you observe, you stay in India, you earn 10 lakh rupees, give 25% of tax. That is, let's suppose 2.5 lakh rupees that you are contributing to the tax. You go abroad, you start earning 50 lakh rupees, you pay 30% of that, that is 15 lakh rupees. Was that too quick, too fast? Like, you understood? Yeah, understood. Okay, okay. So, going abroad is also beneficial for India. But of course, I don't want to waste the talent in abroad. I don't want you to be lost in the green card era. So if possible, take 5 years time, even if you are going there, but come back to India. Right? So that's how it should be. Does government flow and uplifting it? Yeah, very much. Yeah, very much. Rahul is saying the mistake of few political parties can collapse or delay the first case. I truly agree to that. So it depends on us, right? Whom do we select? Right? And I don't understand Indian politics, frankly speaking. It is completely different here. Like, I'll give you a small example. In West Bengal, Tata Motors was thrown out. Can you imagine? Tata, a company which is working for the benefit of the nation, working for the benefit of the people. They care about the employees. Such a company. When Tata, was planning to launch nano plant in West Bengal, Mamta Banerjee said, no, Tata is doing cheating. They are exploiting our farmers. We don't entertain this here. Get lost. Imagine if the same would have been done in any other state. The government would have definitely collapsed. In West Bengal, it gets re-elected. Right? Khela hobe. I don't know, maybe the language she speaks, the people of West Bengal understand that very nicely. Hamba, hamba, ramba, ramba. You damba, I make money. Yeah. Kushal is asking a very good question. Then why did people select Mamta Banerjee, sir? It's what's it? I don't know how to put it. Like, I'll have to restrict myself. It's basically sentimental value. Yeah, yeah, you're right, Sanskar. It's sentiment. Didi, 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 didi kind of thing. I've been to only one day to West Bengal. One day, okay, one day, because I was having a halt in West Bengal. I was planning. I was going somewhere abroad. So at that time, the flight was via Kolkata. So I landed in Kolkata at 9 a.m. and I had to leave Kolkata at around 7:30 p.m. So that was quite a good halt, which I had purposely taken so that I can explore Kolkata. And in that, I had hired one driver. In the entire 9 hours journey, not even 9 hours, 8 hours, I think I was with that driver, because he was, showing me the entire Kolkata. He spoke only about two things. One is Mamta Banerjee, another one is Rosagulla. He took me to Rosgulla factory. He took me to Rosgulla, where the largest manufacturer of India is there. Then he showed me 200 types of Rosgullas. That was less of a Kolkata trip and more of a Rosgulla trip for me. Fish, array nahi yaar, I'm a pure vegetarian, yaar. Right. So, this is, yeah, Didi trip too. I know. but it is what say very poor, very poor part of our country. It feels sad because once upon a time in our country, it was the capital of our nation. All the trade which was done in the country was via West Bengal. But then that entire trade shifted to Mumbai. And fortunately, Mumbai became the financial capital of the country. Right. But, anyways, these are all part and parcel of life. 80% of you are expecting that India is going to grow. Let me tell you, my friends, if 80% of the youth like you believes in India's growth, nothing can stop India from becoming a developed country in the world. And how did you derive this number one? In your answer, I will tell you that. Through the efforts of government and RBI. RBI is making the credit available very easily. RBI is creating new investment opportunities for you. RBI is giving you a safety net in the banking system. So by doing all these things, RBI is trying to encourage people to stay in India and contribute to the nation's growth. And those who have answered to, I've told you already, there is nothing wrong in that. Maybe RBI will have to work hard to turn your expectations right. Right? So it is not your answer that is wrong. It is RBI somewhere falling short, wherein they need to, grow up. They need to be more mature in their strategies. That people should bestow the same trust on our own central bank or our own government, which people bestow on the other countries of the world. And I'm sure things will change. Right? See, today when Indians are leaving India and working with other countries of the world, other countries keep growing. When people from other countries of the world come and start working for India, that is when India starts growing. Mumbai, Chennai, Bangalore, Hyderabad, Delhi, Coimbatore, Gurgaon, Noida. Sorry if I've forgotten some part. But all these city students were not made by locals. These cities were developed by migrants. Look at Bangalore, right? People from Rajasthan, people from Gujarat, people from UP, people from Bihar, they came to Bangalore. That is how the Bangalore has grown. Look at Chennai. People from other parts of the country are coming to Chennai, and that is how Chennai is growing. Isn't it, guys? Am I right or no? Ground reality, ground reality. Let's talk about ground reality. Let's not be theoretical. You know? Yeah. So, we are born and brought up. See, I always tell this, okay? So if people ask me, sir, who are you? Are you, you stay in Mumbai, but are you a Maharashtrian? I always say this. Yes, of course, I am a Maharashtrian. This is my Janma Bhumi. This is my Karma Bhumi. This is where I am born and this is where I work. My parents were from Gujarat. So I have never, in my entire lifetime, I've been to Gujarat only for lectures. So how can I call myself a Gujarati, if we talk about state? So my parents were uh, Nani, everyone's ghar here only, Vidhi. Everyone stays in Mumbai only now. No one, we don't have anyone in Gujarat. Some distant relatives, but you know how relatives work these days, right? Relations are good when you wish them good morning in WhatsApp, but when you visit physically, people don't accept that nowadays. In southern part of our country, I think it is still different. The love that I get when I visit to Coimbatore or Hubli, the locals out there are very excited when they see people from other states coming in. Rahul is saying the unskilled segment of Chennai is filled with more migrants. Well, that's true. That's true. And that is how the Chennai has to develop, no? Right? That is how the Chennai develops. So these are all expectations, channel friends. I hope you are understanding this. So setting the right expectations in the mind of the people. There is no recovery recession. Okay. It is just by showing different news, different policies, RBI will try to influence your expectations, and that is how it grows. So if there is inflation in the market, okay, let's take this. And if you are RBI governor, you will try to create an environment in the country where the investors are scared to invest. You would say, hey, everyone is making losses. You are investing more. Your paisa is also going to go doobie doobie. Okay, loss. So at that time, people would say, okay, okay, thank you RBI for informing us. Now we will not invest. So expectations turned, right? So you don't have to draw that part, but just understand this logically. I hope that makes sense to all of you. Very clear in this part, guys. Right? Okay, perfect. So we'll just write a quick note on this so that you remember this, right? RBI will try to influence expectations of people in an economy. At the time of recession, RBI will create opportunistic expectations. So more people invest and economy can grow. I think this much is sufficient. Yeah, Jay, that's right. Yeah. Done, friends. Create opportunistic expectation. Shall we go ahead? Next one. Yes, Obi, I agree. RBI has to work hard in order to create more opportunities for the youth. Yes, Jay. Please give the next heading. It is procedures and instruments of monetary policy. Now, here, students, it's a very simple answer. And being commerce students, I'm very sure about it that you must have come across the monetary policy instruments earlier also. However, we'll still discuss in detail everything so that you understand that nicely. Procedures and instruments of monetary policy, students, it will be divided into three parts. First one is selecting operating target, selecting intermediate target, and third and last one, selecting instrument. Now, what is selecting operating target in simple words? If I tell you, so it focuses on bringing price stability in the economy. So how much price should increase in the country? That will be decided by RBI. Sir, how much price has to increase in the economy that RBI decides? It might come surprise to you, but the answer is yes. That depends upon the level of money supply in the economy. People don't realize that, even the entrepreneurs don't realize. But indirectly, RBI plays this game, right? So they try to influence the money supply in the economy, and it is all sentimental value basically. Have you ever seen the puppet show? Right? If not live, you must have heard about it. You must have seen on YouTube or something on the in the movies or some kind of that, right? Live you have seen. Oh, wow. In Chota Beam you have seen. Okay, wow. So when you see that puppet show, there are this, a person who will be doing this, having some threads attached with that puppets, right? In local language we call it as katputli. I don't know how we put it in our regional languages. So they have this a puppet show where they tie threads to these hands, and they just do this and it starts dancing, right? That puppets are the people of our country, and these two hands, one is government, the other one is RBI. They do this and we start dancing on their tunes, we don't even know. And that is done with the larger interest for economic growth, right? Government changes the level of taxes, our purchasing power changes. We think we are buying new car, we think we are buying new bike because we saved on the tax money. Our government wanted you to buy that so that the economy can grow. RBI increases the interest rate. We shift our money to banks. And then we say this month we have saved a lot, so we will not be doing any additional expenses. Okay. Family members, please listen to this very carefully. No shopping for next 3 months. Then we will start earning more money. At that time, we will say, spend. For 3 months, this is the sentimental value which has changed for the entire country. Money is blocked with the banks. Automatically, money supply has drastically come down. It has controlled the level of inflation. You think you are saving, RBI is influencing you to save. You think you are spending, government and RBI is influencing you to spend. Are you getting this, friends? And we are learning this. Now, today it might come as a surprise. We were not knowing about this. We are being played like this. So today you are learning this so that you can reach from this position, dancing position, to choreographer position. Okay. So whenever you see the next time RBI making any announcement, whenever you see the next time finance minister making any announcement, you are not going to think just like a normal citizen. You are going to think like a chartered accountant, right? Wherein we make that face. This is your hidden objective. Shaktu Shaktikant Das is the governor. So when you realize what is the main purpose, right? Yeah, Lakshay, hoping for something good here. Let's see if they come up with some opportunities. Right, this Friday, RBI is planning to come up with the changes in monetary policy instruments. So if they come up with that, we get a live opportunity to see what RBI has done. Then we can comment, Shaktu, you have done this, no? How cute. Okay, so let's go ahead. So to create price stability in the market, that is our operating target. Intermediate target is nothing but to achieve the desired level of economic growth. See how much economy should grow. That also will be decided by RBI and government. So why is it so? If RBI and government has to decide how much economy should grow, why don't they directly grow it by 100%? Why don't they grow it directly by 100%, 150%, 200%? So I'll share a small story with you if you are interested. Yeah. Uh, while growing, in my school days, and this is very honest, I'm speaking my heart out, I'm not joking at all. I never scored about 60% till my ninth standard. In 10th standard, I was in 60s. Okay. So my father was extremely happy. I could see literally my parents being so happy when I cleared my 10th standard. And when I asked them, "Sir, Papa, why you are so happy?" He said, "I never expected you will pass. Still, you have got 60%. He brought some special sweets, from Mathura, and gave it to the entire relative community. And I was like, wow, yeah, I have achieved something big. In 12th standard also, I was in the same line. Okay. On the contrary, I have a younger brother. Okay. And I think, see, I have passion. You all have passion, right? Different kinds of passion. I think his passion is to study. Till ninth standard, he used to stand always first. You know, it so happens that younger brothers are given the example of elder brothers in the school. In my school, it was completely opposite. My teachers would say, Chirag, is he really your brother? Impossible. I said, yeah, what to do? Right. So I used to always encourage him, we should play, we should, play WWE. I will give you choke slam, mast ekdam. Right. Throw it on the sofa. He would say, no, I want to study. My goodness. Some other planet only he belongs, I think. So at that time, till ninth standard, he was to he always stood first, 98%, 96%. That was his score. In 10th standard, my family was really disappointed by him. My father did not speak to him for 3 days. You know why? He scored 91%. And then he came and asked me, crying. He was crying and asking me. And that time I was laughing. I said, this is like total aggregate of 2 years for me. And still you are getting this treatment. Right? So he asked me, why is it like that? That, when you get 60s, you are celebrated. At 90s also, I have to listen to all these things. I said, see, it's very simple. You set the expectations wrong. Look at me. My expectations are very low. They don't expect much from me. It is always better to under promise and over perform. Right? I asked him, do you have a girlfriend? He said, no. I said, that's why you don't know this. Today, the people who are in relationship, they say, I will take, moon for you. I will bring moon for you. Your father is selling moon or what? Take it 2 rupees per square feet. How much you want, sir? I set very clear expectations. I will make tea for you. I know I can do this because along with tea, when I give breakfast, she would be like, it was not expected. I said, yeah, beyond expectation. And when you set the expectation of moon and then you bring one dress, you will be criticized. So don't achieve 100% target today growth rate, even if you are going to achieve 10% in the next economic or financial year. Grow by only 7% every year so that people of the country have faith in this country. Because today, if you grow by 30% and the next year, if you grow by 6%, they will not say it has grown by 6%. They will say it has not grown by 24%. Accept it or no, this is how the performance is. This is how the country operates. I hope you are understanding, friends. And especially in Indian economy, students, expectations are something that you have to set very right. Okay. So I hope you are very clear with this explanation part. Always remember this. And this is kind of, there are few things you will not be able to write in the examination, but understanding the economy from a practical perspective, I think it's the most important thing. I think that you are understanding. So that's a good part. Like cricketers also, Someshwar is saying, once you hit the century, people expect that the next match also you will be hitting in century. It's not necessary, no. So it's not necessary, Dhoni will be always hitting a sixer on the last ball to win the match, right? It's not possible that, every match we play, we win. We win some, we lose some. It's fine. In Olympics, we have won 2 medals so far, right? My wife was saying, We are on 2. China is somewhere in 50s. USA is 59, I think. Right. Yesterday she was saying, I said we should be celebrating these 2 medals. At least we have opened our what say, the scorecard. Yeah, I was not expecting. Right. I was expecting 0 only. So our expectations set by athletes are so good. We were expecting 0. We got 2. We are very happy. No problem. Right. So that's how it works. I'll tell you, Sejal, that too. So in order to achieve the price stability and economic growth, you need to select the right instruments. So what are the right instruments? Selecting instruments. Let's talk about it one by one. The first one, my dear friends, in instruments will be cash reserve ratio. Rishabh, correct. Cash reserve ratio. Hemant, that's an interesting question. I would like to address that. If we set our expectations so low, don't you think we are losing out on the extra potential that we have? Well, I agree to that, Hemant. I will not deny the fact that, what you are saying is wrong. No, definitely it's right. But try to understand, if we try to utilize the entire potential in one go and then we are left with no potential in the market, that will result into recession in the future. So slow growth but perennial growth, right? See, you will always agree to this. A perennial river is better than flood, right? So maybe that should help, I think. From 60th position, we came to 59th position yesterday. That's amazing. We are growing, we are improving. You should be celebrating that. 3 medals we have got, Lakshay. I'm not, is it? Sorry, I was not aware about it. See, look at the knowledge which Indians have: boxing, weightlifting, and badminton. Yash is saying not yet we have won. Third one is assured. Oh, okay, okay. Understood. Third one is assured. Maybe after a match, we will be deciding with which medal we are winning, right? So bronze is assured, is it? Okay. Probably next we have also got a hockey medal. Okay. We'll get that. No problem. It's okay. We are very happy. Yaar. Come on. Chill out. They have this wrong games only in Olympics and then they blame us. They should have that goti. Are you aware about it? They don't have this goti game. They don't have X Zero, which we are so professional at. In every school, they used to teach us this. Pen fight, right? Can any Indian lose in that? So they have this all games here, swimming and I don't know, running and whatnot. Rock, paper. You play hand cricket, no? We will show you how it is played. Now you play different games and expect Olympics medal, right? What is this boxing and all? Come to street fight. Our kids will throw you apart, will tear you apart. Don't set any rules. Array, 7 stone set with that ball you have to hit, no? Amazing game. See, I think you are the last generation who have had all these games playing in the ground. Today's people are only playing what? PUBG, hide and seek. Yeah. So they should be having all these things, no? Hide and seek, gilli danda, kho, respected games of India. Hmm. Correct, Himanshu. Chore police. Oh my God, you're taking me to back to my childhood here. I could visualize myself playing all these things. Lock and key, yeah, barf pani. Uh, all right, let's go ahead. So first one is, friends, cash reserve ratio. Now, when we talk about cash reserve ratio, I'm sure you understand the meaning. It is a reserve requirement which every commercial bank has to maintain with RBI. So some portion of your deposit you have to compulsorily keep with RBI. Yes, Lakshay, you're right. It is currently 4%. Okay. And why do we do that? So I will tell you what happens when RBI plans to increase the CRR and decrease the CRR. So let's say if RBI increases the CRR, that means the money supply in the economy will come down. Take your time in understanding this relationship. Do you agree to this? Simple, isn't it? So if let's say if I am having a higher level of CRR, that means more deposits we will keep with the RBI, less money will be circulated in the market. If less money is circulated in the market, friends, if money supply is less in the economy, what will happen? If money supply is less, okay, so people will have low purchasing power. And if purchasing power is less, please write down, aggregate demand will also fall. Yeah, Lakshay, I know. At that time, it was a different time altogether. Aggregate demand is less. So if aggregate demand falls, purchasing power falls. In order to attract more and more consumers, they will decrease the level of price. And decreasing the level of price will also control the level of inflation. So if you want to reduce the level of inflation, my dear friends, if you are RBI governor, I think this is a good way of doing it by increasing the level of CRR. So on this Friday, if let's suppose monetary policy is introduced and if CRR is increased, then we should be ready that India is going to experience inflation. That's why RBI is increasing the level of CRR. Understood this? Next. What will happen, students, when the CRR falls? If CRR falls, people will have more money in the market, money supply rises. That means RBI is willing to give more loans. Now it can be any loans, okay? If let's suppose if it is loan for mobile phones they are giving, you must have seen, don't pay anything, pay 0 rupees and take mobile phone on uh, easy credit, pay equal monthly installments, EMI, easy EMI. Yeah, I was searching for that word, Shri. Thank you. So easy EMI will be paid. So all these things which are started, why RBI is doing that? Easy EMI, low interest loans, so that people buy more. The aggregate demand, the expenditure increases, and if aggregate expenditure or the consumption expenditure increases, yes, Hemant, that's correct. So if aggregate demand increases, so in this case, they will go on launching new products. They will go on expanding. More companies will enter into Indian market. The investment will increase. If the investment increases, friends, employment will increase. If employment increases, production will increase. If production increases, the income will also increase. And in an economy, if the income, employment, everything is increasing, that means there is economic growth in the country. So moral of the story is, if you need economic growth, you need to decrease the level of CRR. Are you comfortable with this, friends? Done? Guys, if you have understood this relationship of cash reserve ratio, how it is going to influence the recession and the inflation, only then you will be able to understand the further points. So are you comfortable 100% with this part? Fair enough. Let's go ahead. Second point, students, please write down point number 2. Statutory liquidity ratio. Yes, Someshwar, that's right. Yes, Rishabh. Statutory liquidity ratio. It is very similar to CRR because it is also a reserve. The only difference is CRR you have to maintain with RBI, SLR you have to maintain with yourself. Okay, so the money which is kept by the banks with itself, it is called as SLR. Now, SLR can be maintained in three ways. Okay, it can be in the form of cash, it can be in the form of gold, or it can be in the case of government securities. So let's say if Revati is heading a particular branch of a bank, so she need not have the entire SLR amount in only in cash, right? She can keep it in gold, she can keep it in government securities or in cash. It's her choice. So now the question here is, what will RBI do with the level of SLR in order to reduce the level of inflation? If I want to reduce the level of inflation and if I want to increase the level of economic growth, can you tell me, students, SLR should increase or decrease? First case. So here your answer is you need to increase the level of SLR. Well, that's absolutely right. Because if you increase the level of SLR, which means the money supply in the economy will come down. If money supply comes down, then you know the sequence, aggregate demand will come down, price will be under control and inflation will be falling. Similarly, in the second case, students, we need to decrease the level of SLR. And why would we decrease the level of SLR? In order to increase the level of money supply. Now, if money supply increases, what will happen, friends, with that? People will be encouraged to invest more. So investment will increase. Employment and income. Employment and income will also increase. That will result into economic growth. So if you understand the mechanism, friends, it is not different from CRR. Actually, the flow is the same. Right? Please copy this. Third case. Shall we go ahead? Third one. It is liquidity adjustment facility. Liquidity adjustment facility. Now, what do you mean by liquidity adjustment facility? In the bracket, you can please write down repo rate and reverse repo rate. Please copy this. Okay, that is employment and income. I'll be back in a minute, friends. Well, I can see your answer, Jay. That's absolutely correct. Charan, you are right. Bank rate also comes in this, my friend. Yeah, but I'll tell you about it later. So, what is repo rate? Repo stands for repurchase agreement rate, and reverse repo rate is exactly reverse repurchase agreement rate. But let's understand this. I'll explain you, Sumesh, for that. Let's consider all of you as commercial banks, and I'm RBI for the time being. Now, if you need money, you will come to me. Same is with me also, no? If I need money, I don't take out the machine and start printing. I'll have to borrow it, right? So why would you borrow from me? Because of course RBI is bankers bank, right? So you come to me, you will borrow from me. The rate at which I lend you, the rate of interest which I charge, that is the RBI charges on the commercial banks, that's repo rate. Okay, simple. Sure, 100%. And similarly, when I borrow from you, so you will also charge some interest rate to me. So when you start charging interest rate to RBI, that will be called as reverse repo rate. But it's quite obvious. RBI will borrow at a lesser price and lend at a higher price. So repo rate will always be greater than the reverse repo rate. And the beauty of this is both are decided by RBI only. In fact, everything is decided by RBI only. Okay. That's why we say, RBI is monopoly in monetary authority in India. So monopoly always decides the price. So dictatorship, correct. I agree. Rather correct. So when I am, RBI, I will decide at what rate I will borrow and what rate I will lend. Both the rates I will be deciding. So the same thing then banks also do with the customers. Revati is asking, why does RBI borrow from commercial bank when it has surplus cash to distribute it to the banks all over India? No, no, but surplus cash cannot be used just like that, or else it will result into inflation. Right? That's why. So now the question here is, friends, what will RBI do with repo rate and reverse repo rate in order to control the level of inflation? Think about it and then answer. Both should be increased, both should be decreased. Reverse repo rate or repo rate increase and reverse repo rate decrease, or repo rate decreases and reverse repo rate increases. What should be the scenario here? Think about it. Whatever your take is, that there on this one. That's true, Charan. Okay, Karina. Half correct, Karina. So Hemant, if that happens, don't you think increasing the money supply will increase the level of inflation? Okay, Someshwar. Okay, Rishabh. Okay, Sahil. Okay, Imanshu. Hmm. The correct answer here would be both increase. So why? Simple. Who are you? Commercial bank, no? Who am I? RBI. Okay. So if I give you loans at a higher interest rate, that is, I increase the level of repo rate, will you borrow from me? You will not borrow. Money supply will be less than, correct? Sure. Money supply falls, that means inflation will fall. Now you understand this directly. Okay. I'm not going to repeat everything again. You understand this, money supply falls, then the inflation will be under control. Comfortable with this? Now reverse repo rate is high. That means I am offering you a higher interest rate to deposit with me. You will give it in the market, or you will give it to me because I am offering a better interest rate. Give it to me, no, you will give it to RBI, no. So I took your money. You are left with less money. Money supply falls, inflation will be under control. Understood or no? Right? So both have, and always remember, beta, please. Repo rate and reverse repo rate are not opposite to each other. They go hand in hand. These are not substitutes. These are complementary. Right? And that is how the interest rates work. Many a times, students do inquire this to me. Sir, when you are talking about interest rate, is it deposit interest rate or the loan interest rate? Well, tell me how it is different. Today, home loans have come down. Yes or no? You get home loans at 7.5%, 8%. What is the rate of FD, fixed deposit and recurring deposit? It is also low. Both are happening same. If RBI, say, if commercial bank borrows at a higher rate, if commercial banks now gives 10% on fixed deposit, they will be giving home loans at 14% then. Understood? No. So borrowing and lending rate always go hand in hand. No, this is quite logical. Right? So same is repo and reverse repo rate also. Yeah, Lakshay. At the end of the day, banks have to make money. See, and I feel not only banks, everyone should make money. There should be no concept of NGO, NPO. I think all of this is stupid. Everyone has right to money because everyone has family to feed, right? And in the world, there is nothing called as free lunch, my friend. right? So, even guarantees and warranties nowadays come with terms and conditions. So what else can you expect? Guarantee with terms and conditions. Can you imagine guarantee with terms and conditions? My goodness. So we humans are very funny at times, and this is the proof. Prithvi, like in India, we have never seen that. Prithvi has asked a very interesting question. Can there be a scenario where repo and reverse repo rate are equal? RBI has never done that, right? It seems RBI is see, RBI is very cute actually. You know why? I'll tell you. They say we don't work for profit, but we make profit. How cute, isn't it? I wish everyone can do business like that. No, I am not doing this for profit, but I make crores of rupees for in profit. What to do? How sweet. Yeah, Someshwar, they do. So different countries have different parameters. Okay, don't compare India with any other country, because there are some countries which will give you negative interest rate also. They charge you for saving. Yeah, correct. India is very unique. I agree, Rishabh. Yeah. Japan is doing that. Correct, correct, correct. All right, let's go ahead then. So now the next part, I think it is very easy for you to understand. What will happen with repo rate and reverse repo rate if I want to go for economic growth? See, I will decrease the repo rate as well as the reverse repo rate so that I increase the level of money supply in the economy, so that there is economic growth. And I think this is very quite logical also. See, if repo rate is less, so think from commercial bank's point of view. If you are a commercial bank, you will take more money from RBI, and you will circulate in the market. So money supply expands, you give out more loans. At the same time, friends, if reverse repo rate is also high, that means if I am borrowing from you at a very lower rate, if RBI is borrowing from the commercial bank at a lower rate, then commercial bank will, so let it be here. We will give it to some market players. No, why will we give it to you? So at that time, the reverse repo rate is low, so the money supply will increase. Understood this part, right? Yeah. So this was the last point actually where we had all these arrows. In the next points, we are not going to have these arrows, but we are going to have instruments where government imposes, sorry, not government, but RBI imposes some kinds of rules and regulations. Okay. So please write down point number 4. It is marginal standing facility. I know, Ankita. Akshita, only 3 points are left. Then I give you a small break. Would that be okay, beta? Marginal standing facility. In bracket, you can write down the meaning of marginal standing facility. It is lender of last resort. Lender of last resort. Now, who is the lender of last resort? You are already aware of. It is RBI, right? So, lender of last resort means if commercial bank can't borrow from anywhere else, commercial bank will borrow from RBI, isn't it? So, my dear friends, please understand what is lender of last resort exactly. See, when commercial bank is in need of money, it will try to first take it or borrow it from commercial banks, which we call it as bank rate, or which we call it as offer rate, or which you call it as call money. Do you remember call or term money with financial institution we spoke? Yeah. So call money. So now this call money which is there, which happens between bank to bank transactions, that's the first lender to the commercial bank. But there is a limit. Once that limit is exhausted, then the second step comes RBI. So sir, is that MSF? The answer is no. That is not MSF. Then that will be called as repo rate, no? Which we have just studied. The money that commercial bank borrows from RBI. But there is also a limit on that. Now, if you have surpassed that limit also, you have matured that limit, exceeded that limit, then this last opportunity is available for you to borrow money from RBI. Last. But friends, tell me one thing. Commercial bank is an institution which has to manage its money nicely, isn't it? And it is only falling short of money every now and then. How will it be able to sustain? So will RBI support all these nonsense, excessive cash credit always? No. So that's why marginal standing facility is given, no doubt, but it happens at a penal interest rate. Penal interest rate means it will be greater than the repo rate. And there are some terms and conditions here also. What are the terms and conditions? You can write that down with me. First one, if you want to access marginal standing facility, you have to apply only from Monday to Friday. And that too only working days. That means if it is public holiday, you are not allowed to apply for this. Next. You can apply only at RBI's Mumbai office. Next. Time of application. Now this is interesting, okay? Time of application is only between 7 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. Yes, Someshwar, it will be online, but you have to deposit the request at the RBI's Mumbai branch. So timing is 7 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. only. And last condition, students, minimum amount that you need to ask for is 1 crore rupees and in multiples of 1 crore. Only 30 minutes. Yes, Ankita. Hariharan, that's a good question. Why this kind of weird timing? It is after closing. So once RBI gets to know how much is the entire liquidity maintained with all the banks, accordingly, then it can start giving. That's why they have kept it in such a way. So if you want to ever work with RBI, these are all the norms that you need to understand, because there will be many banks, which will be coming and asking you, hey, give me credit no, give me credit no. Come on, yeah, little adjustment you can do. Don't do it, because these CEOs, no, they are very smart. They know how to exploit people, even at RBI. Yes, Revati, that's correct. Yes, Rishabh, it does take. It takes the government securities which they have. Very clear in this? Why this kind of norms are kept? so that people don't borrow easily, or else they will start taking RBI for granted. So RBI is like that strict parent, I've already given you the pocket money, no? Why do you want extra? Okay, if you want extra, then these are the conditions. Okay, don't ask me today. Ask me on this particular day. Go. Very strict parent, so that you don't take parents lightly. I mean, RBI very lightly. Yeah. Understood this part? Next, point number 5. This is simple, okay? Market stabilization scheme. Market stabilization scheme. Now, what is market stabilization scheme? It is an arrangement between RBI and Government of India. Shweta, the maximum limit will be decided by bank to bank. Larger the bank, larger will be the limit. It is an arrangement between RBI and Government of India. And why it is made? To prevent economy from external inflow, sorry, for external flow of currency. External flow of currency. Now, what exactly do we mean by this? When I talk about market stabilization scheme, see, if money is coming from abroad into India, if excessive money is coming into our Indian market, money supply will increase and inflation will happen. Do you agree to this? So at that time, RBI and government will work together in order to soak the excess liquidity. They will reduce their money supply. Similarly, if let's suppose there is excessive withdrawal which is happening from Indian economy, if there is some FDI investment which has been pulled out, or best I will tell you, when Chevrolet, are you aware about it? General Motors Chevrolet company, they pulled their investment back from India, right? So when they left India, did anything happen into Indian market? Right? They closed all the stores. They closed all the tie-ups. Transportation would be hit. So all these things happened, but they went back without thinking what will happen to the employees in India, what will happen to the dealers in India, what will happen to the suppliers or the showroom owners in India, what will happen to the garage owners in India, the service centers. They were not concerned about that. They just took their money and went back to their country. It's fine, no problem. We did not feel any impact. You know why? RBI started injecting more money into the Indian economy. So if there is excessive money flow going from India to abroad, RBI will inject. If there is excessive inflow which is happening, RBI will control its money supply. So RBI and government work together, go hand in hand, so that if there is excessive money inflow or money outflow, it should not create any disharmony or disequilibrium in the economy. We don't want instability in the market. That's why this scheme is used to fight against the foreign flows in our economy to stabilize our market stabilization scheme. Understood this part? The last point, with that our first part of unit 3 comes to an end. Last point. Excuse me. Point number 6, open market operations. Open market operation. Ankita, when RBI is trying to inject more money, it will happen via government. It will give loans to the government and government will start spending. Okay, Manchu. So open market operation, my dear friends, it is nothing but buying and selling of securities by RBI directly into the market. So tell me, if I want to reduce the level of inflation, should RBI buy more securities from the public or RBI should sell more securities to the public if they want to reduce the money supply? Fantastic. Yeah, I knew this. You will crack it in one go. You will have to sell the securities. See, it is very simple, right? If RBI sells security to you, RBI will take money from you, Rakshita. Right? If you are having the money in the economy, I am the RBI. I will sell the security, beta. I gave you this security, let's suppose. This is the security I gave you. I took the money. You just have this security. Money is with me now. Money supply falls. Correct, Swati? If money supply falls, automatically what happens? The inflation will be under control. समझ में आ रही है? Okay. So similarly, if I want to bring economic growth in the country, at that time, what I will do? I will buy security so that I can give you the money. So if you take my money, you grow. Right? Simple, isn't it? Usually we get confused in buying and selling here. So even if your answer was wrong, don't be worried about it. Okay, once you read this part, then you are comfortable, good to go. Yes, Lakshay. Correct. Sanskar, that will happen at a later stage. If let's suppose if the production starts exceeding to a very greater extent, only then that will happen. Yeah, Himanshu, I said no more arrows. This was only one. Yes, Lakshay. Sir, RBI buys security. Yeah, sure, Revati, no problem. If let's suppose you are having a company, okay, in which you are launching your government, or your bonds. So RBI will give you money against that bonds. Same is with government companies also. If a ONGC needs money at the time of recession, RBI will buy securities of ONGC. Right. Securities here means only government securities. That will include treasury bills, that will include government bonds, promissory notes, not the stock market securities. RBI has GSEC with itself. Government will pay interest to RBI. Yeah, yes, Lakshay. Okay. All right. So I think you are very much comfortable with this part now. Today we have discussed a very important topic, very conceptual one, in fact. So that's about monetary policies. First part, students, monetary policy framework. Someshwar, earlier we were having bank rate, but now it is merged with repo rate. Because repo rate also does the same thing, borrowing from RBI. So RBI said, why to have these two things differently when it is serving the same purpose? So earlier we were having this bank discount rate differently, that is called as bank rate, but now it is together. Okay. So let's take a 5 minutes break. I'll then continue. We start at 8:38. So now just relax, okay? Now what you are going to understand, it is very easy part. No concept, just pure information. But only stress here is you have to by heart the information, but I'm very sure you will be able to do that because we'll do it logically. Okay. What if there are fluctuations in the securities? There will be, but these are all guaranteed securities, right? That means you know that it will not go down. The base interest rate is fixed. Volatility is very less. Correct, Lakshay. So the next part that we are going to understand, it is called as organizational structure for monetary policy decisions. Now, if you have ever thought about becoming RBI governor, then this is for you because you need to understand the organizational structure for whatever monetary policy decisions we have and the qualification that is required to become a governor. You are already having that, you are a chartered accountant, so you can start working with RBI at any given point of time you wish to. No additional examination required, right? That's a very good opportunity. Even if you have thought about growing and signing all the notes, not only some check, then this is for you. But I'm scared that in the future I think this will just become a myth. Digital currency will take over the entire physical currency. Am I correct or no? Cryptocurrencies are the future. Revati, that's a very good part. You are saying Revati has highlighted a very important thing here. Most of them are pure economists in the past. Yeah, correct. This, the RBI governor or the economist who are there part of, they were the economists. But now I think the economist will not play a major role in planning the economy. I think it will be chartered accountants because the amount of knowledge which is required to run an economy, only economist will not have that. And you can make out from the current level economist, whatever they say is nonsense, right? They say cryptocurrency is going to no, cryptocurrencies is a failure. See, if you say Bitcoin is a failure, I understand. Cryptocurrency is not a failure, it will become a new norm. Yeah, Lakshay, that is true. They are eternal pessimist. Anything, any change, they are very resistant. They want to still follow what J.M. Keynes had said in 1936. J.M. Keynes is gone, Baba. We are learning his theory. So see, understanding a landline phone is important to understand the mobile phone. But if you say no, only landline phone is good, mobile phone is not accepted, then that is wrong. This is what economists are doing, unfortunately. India will have its own digital currency. Yes, that's true, Hemant. But soon, this online fundamentals have become so strong. What if tomorrow Instagram, Facebook, all these say that, we will be accepting the payments in cryptocurrencies. Netflix says I will be accepting payment in cryptocurrencies. People will start holding it, right? Yeah, Ankita. So that's what I'm trying to change. I hope that works in my case. Correct, Neeraj. Someone's profit is someone's loss, brother, right? So banks are not willing to accept cryptos because they know they will be losing a hell lot of creditability. Their future will be in risk. But guys, now you are a chartered accountant, right? If someone on planet Earth can make Bitcoin, someone on planet Earth can make, Dogecoins, why can't we in India make some Indian valuation of cryptocurrencies? Just a thought. Why we want to follow the norm, what Musk Melon is saying, right? Why we need to have a currency mechanism? Wazir X is, I I'm saying, yeah, Indians are trying to make, but you know, right, what I'm saying? The creditability is a big time issue. How Bitcoin goes up and down and how it is regulated. My friend, no one regulates it. And how it goes up and down, that no one on planet Earth knows. It goes by tweet also, right? Usually it is market mechanism, demand and supply, which should influence. Yet Twitter influences the level of currency, Musk Melon tweet. That's why, I don't like. You will see a lot, okay? I don't like Elon Musk. Like, I'm not against him, but I'm, why? That's a good question, Someshwar. I'd like to handle that. See, you can't create another planet when you don't know how to preserve this one. You are thinking of creating planet Mars for habitation or for living. You already have a planet. You already have it. Why do you want to shift from Earth to Mars? Right? Kushal is saying Musk says he works for 22 hours. It's fine, yeah. Let him work, no problem. Right? We are trying to destroy here everything and then we are trying to create a life on Mars. What nonsense. Why do you want to search water on Mars here? There is so much of plenty of water is available. Go to some beach in Chennai, no? Right? Come to Mumbai. I will show you so much of water is there here. Why do you want to search water in Mars? Spend crores of rupees, billions of dollars if NASA is doing it. Okay, crores of rupees is if ISRO is doing it. ISRO is very cost effective, cheaper than Uber. Yeah. So that's why I'm not against. I'm not against Tesla. Okay, I'm with Tesla. But recently I got to know about Tesla commenting on Indian import duties. I think I've told you this already, right? What was the solution? Someone asked. It's very simple. Come to India, no? Start producing here. Manufacture in India, correct? So all these stupid nonsense people don't understand all this. But anyways, by being an Indian student, you have to respect what Indian government has to say. There is a deep logic, okay? See, if they go on selling Tesla in India, then Tesla will just become another car which India goes on importing. Think about Maruti Suzuki here. People are working at Maruti Suzuki plant. There are thousands of people who are working right now. They will lose their jobs just because we want, oh, no, 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 allow Elon Musk. No, how can you do this? Okay. Will you take the responsibility of 10,000 people which will be laid off due to unemployment? No, right? He said in the first lot, they will see if there is good response. So good response can come. Those who can afford, they will pay 100% import duty. Harley Davidson bike people are buying, no, 100% import duty is there. Ferrari people are buying, no. So people will buy Tesla, no problem. You sell, don't comment, Baba. Come, right? So that is how it should be. Let's see if what happens now. So two parts of organizational structure that we are having here. First one is an agreement. So you can write it along with me, what's it? So that we can save time on the copying part. Okay, you can do it along with me. I'll keep on dictating, students. The first part will be monetary policy framework agreement. Framework agreement. Fantastic, yes, Sanskar. And the second part is, of course, monetary policy committee. Monetary policy committee. Now, see, one by one, we go on understanding all the points. Okay. Monetary policy framework agreement. Whenever this terminology comes, agreement. Agreement has to be between two parties. So who are these two parties here? So one is, of course, RBI's policy. So RBI has to be there. The other one is Government of India. So first point, please write down. It is an agreement between RBI and Government of India. And to sign this agreement, RBI Act was amended in the year 2016 to sign this agreement and to form Monetary Policy Committee. Before this agreement or before this committee, the entire autonomy, the entire part or the control was with RBI. But our current government, right? They will not give power to any institution. So Modi ji said this is wrong. How can RBI decide everything about the economy? Okay, this is wrong. Come, I will teach you how to manage the economy. So at that time, Raghuram Rajan said, how can you decide what RBI will do? I can't decide, no? Okay, no problem. Would you like to be thrown out of RBI or would you like to resign? Resign. Okay. Raghuram Rajan's book I am having. I was reading that, my goodness. He was so emotionally disturbed. I can't tell you. I do what I do. Look at the topic's name also. The book is there in front of me, so I can share it with you. I do what I do. Attitude, huh? Modi ji would reply, everything does what I do. Okay, so resign and go. But anyways, he has been a good governor, I would say, of RBI. However, things don't work out every time. He's advisor to DMK government. Yeah, I know. Yeah. Let's see now what happens next. Correct. Himanshu, you are right. Modi ji says, I am the choreographer, bro. Don't teach me. Okay. So, and I will tell you what happened exactly in this agreement. Government would advise RBI how much inflation rate should be kept. Government said 4%. 4% is the inflation rate that at any cost you have to maintain. Now RBI said, sir, exactly 4% how it is possible? No. Okay, no problem. Let's say plus 2%, minus 2%. So on the upper side, there is upper tolerance limit 6%. On the lower tolerance limit, it is 2%. If it crosses that limit, no, the central government will take RBI left and right. Are you understanding? But sir, don't you think this is dictatorship? This is extreme level of power which is taken by Indian government. Misuse of power. Let's talk about the result. We are in 2021. Since 2016 to 2021, our inflation has been always in control. If the output is good, that means the process was nice. So until 2014, our inflation was always above 8%. Now the inflation is always under control. If this corona thing would have not happened, we were on the right track to hit the $5 trillion economy mark. But some things happen we don't expect. But that's not a problem. We will again start working. You know when India will grow, friends? When India will grow, when we will attain the level of growth that we actually want, when we stop worrying about the working hours, when we stop worrying about the weekends, when we have just one thing as priority, and that is nothing but work, right? If we become better, definitely the India will automatically grow. So all these things kept in mind, government has launched this policy of 4% inflation rate, 6% upper tolerance, 2% lower tolerance. And how will government come to know about the inflation rate and how it is maintained? RBI has to publish monetary policy report every 6 months and give it to government. And last one, if the monetary policy report, leave monetary policy report, if the inflation rate is more than 6% or less than 2% for 3 consecutive quarters, for how many? 3 consecutive quarters for 9 months, government will call the RBI's policy as a failure, and then government will take the complete charge of it. Are you getting this? That's why RBI is always on the edge, working so hard to control the level of inflation. And that is how it should be. No, when you know the target, you can work efficiently. If someone tells you, please do this, you will take it for granted. Simple, right? So that's what this agreement is all about. Okay, so let's write down whatever we have spoken about now. RBI Act was amended in 2016. RBI Act was amended in 2016 to sign the agreement and to form Monetary Policy Committee. Under this agreement, government will fix inflation target rate for every 5 years in consultation with RBI. Under this agreement, government will fix inflation target rate for every 5 years in consultation with RBI. Inflation target for 2026 to 2016 to 2021 is 4%. With upper tolerance limit of 6% and lower tolerance limit of 2%. RBI has to present, yes, Sharon. RBI has to present monetary policy report in every 6 months. If inflation rate is more than 6% or less than 2% for 3 consecutive quarters, then it is termed as failure and government shall intervene. Arun, I will tell you that. Yes, Sanskar, I will tell you. %4 is ideal, Hemant, I think. Ready? Now, I've got a question here, which is a very interesting one. Sir, if inflation rate is above 6%, we understand you call it as a failure. But if it is 2% or less than 2%, it is good only, no? The prices are not increasing. Okay. So if price doesn't increase, your salary will not increase. Is that okay? For 5 years, there is no price rise, but you will be earning only same salary for 5 years every month. Will you be happy? See, psychological effect. Even if the prices are not rising, still we want our salary to grow. We want our salary to increase. We want our profits to increase in business, but we don't want prices to increase in the market. How is it possible? Are you understanding this? See, this goes hand in hand, no? Right? And how do we derive 4%? See, again, it is a psychological phenomenon. There is nothing good or bad for a country like Indian economy. We know that our GDP can grow at 8%. So if our output is increasing by 8% and prices are only increasing by 4%, that means output is greater than the change in price. But for a country like Zimbabwe, where they are having hyperinflation of more than 1000%, so for them, their inflation target will be 250%. So they would say 250% inflation growth rate is very good. But for US economy, they would say, we want only 0.5% inflation rate. So it differs from country to country, basically. So India is in a developing front. We are growing right now. So 5%, 4% we have kept. Yeah, Ronak, by this year end, I think we should be having the observation. As of now, nothing has been mentioned by RBI. By this year end, I think RBI will be coming up with the new plan, the new agreement for the next 5 years. And government will disclose that to RBI, how much they have to keep. So till 2021, this is the scenario. Any other queries in this? No, sure. Okay. The last concept, students, we will understand the entire part, monetary policy committee, and then we shall write. Okay. Now, monetary policy committee is made up of 6 members. How many members? 6 members. This is wrong. 6 members. How many members? Hold it like this. Okay, so this committee is made up of 6 members. And why we are doing this 6 members? Why we are doing this 6? Like why it is not like this, sir? Because these 3 people are from different and these 3 remaining one are from different part. Here the 3 are from government. Remaining 3 are from RBI. So total how many members do we have? Come on, show me. Yeah. How many members do we have? Come on. Yeah. 6 members. You have to buy at this. Okay. Yeah. Very good, Shri. So 6 members we are having. So this 6 members, 3 are from RBI. Hello. 3 are from RBI. Remaining 3 are from government. Are you getting this? You will remember this, right? Yeah. What you are saying, Hariharan, this looks like modern day Kathakali. No problem. It's a good way of remembering, So just that you don't do it in the examination when they ask you for monetary policy committee, or you look at the question and say, wow, 3 are from RBI, 3 are from government. I know this answer. The supervisor will look at all of you and say, what are you doing, Baba? Okay. So now who are these 3 members from government and who are these 3 members from RBI? So first of all, 3 members from RBI. Let's talk about that. The first member will be governor, of course. Second one is deputy governor. Come again. First one is governor. Second one is deputy governor. Third and last one, any elected representative of RBI. Here comes a twist for you. When you are a chartered accountant and you want to become governor of RBI, you directly cannot apply for governor position. Okay. There is one department that you need to join, which is called as monetary policy department. Okay. Monetary policy department is the one. So there are many employees who are working there. Out of that monetary policy department, if let's suppose you make good decisions in your monetary policy, see, governor is just the face. Governor doesn't take any decision. You need to know this. The decision is taken at the background. PM doesn't take any decisions. PM has the influence of decision. Ultimately, it is PMO, Prime Minister Office. Finance Minister doesn't make budget. It is Finance Minister Office that makes budget. Do you think Nirmala Sitharaman madam will go and ask everyone what is the inflation rate, what is the income from primary sector? She's calculating what? She's just presenting. Friends, simple. If I am writing my own theories, I will not need book, no? Simple, no? I don't have book here where I can see the, committee members, or where I can see this policy and explain. Why? Because I have it in my mind. No, it's only that someone else has given me something which I need to know and tell you. That's right. That is the time when I will read it. No, that's budget for all of us. And it is not only numbers that they buy, that they read. It is everything that they read. Right? Yes, exactly, Ankita. They are just actors. The production house is completely different. Production house, see, actor can be anyone. There is no qualification for being an actor. But cameraman needs a qualification, needs the skill. Director needs the skill. Cinematographer, editor needs the skill. So FMO, PMO, RBI Monetary Policy Department are filled with these skilled people, and there are only two. Let me tell you, my friends, these are the only two professionals who are working there. Number one is economist. Number two is chartered accountant. I'm telling you, you and me are running this entire nation. It's just that you don't know about it. However, now you know it, I feel. First one is economist. Second one is chartered accountant. That's you. Understood? So three members from RBI friends, governor, deputy governor, and any elected representative of RBI. But this elected representative can be selected from monetary policy department who is working for making monetary policy. Understood this part? Simple? Okay. Who are the remaining three people from government of India? So there is no particular qualification. They don't have to be MLA or MP. They have to be person with integrity and knowledge. Integrity is a primary requirement. And knowledge about what? Knowledge about finance, knowledge about monetary policy, knowledge about banks, knowledge about money supply, knowledge about economics. If you have this knowledge and you are part of government, then you are qualified to become the part of monetary policy committee. These three members can be any elected representative of central government who will represent the government of India. Now, these three people from government and these three people from RBI, why we are having such kind of mechanism? Three from here, three from there. Why? What's the requirement? So that we get diversity of view, so that we can get proper accountability. Sir, accountability. Earlier, what used to happen, if economy is not able to perform, RBI will say it is government's mistake. Government will say it is RBI's mistake. Blame game. Now that blame game cannot happen because we know you are the culprit. Six members, you took the decisions together, no? Right? So blame game will not happen. There will be reasonability. Responsibility will be given to them. And of course, you get specialized experience, no? These will be the most talented people of RBI, most talented people of government of India. See, Prime Minister will not be part of this. Finance Minister will not be part of this. Only people who have thorough knowledge can become part of MPC. And the last one, who decides on this policy? So it will be Monetary Policy Department, which helps or assists the Monetary Policy Committee in order to frame this one. Very clear in this part. That completes our Monetary Policy Committee and chapter number 3. Okay, we'll just write down about this and then quick revision to see whether whatever we have learned in the past 3 lectures, we have understood everything or not. Okay, so come on. Danish, even I am skeptical about that. But ultimately the minister's work is just to get the work done. So if I want to tell you a small case, JK Shah sir doesn't know, maybe he doesn't need to know how to teach economics, but he knows how to manage people. So that's why he has the power of controlling 250 of us and tie up in one organization. So that is how maybe the ministers also think when they are getting a new ministry. That should be the logic, I think. Danesh question was Kiran Riju, who was earlier sports minister, now he's corporate law minister. So how come he's having knowledge about all the subjects? Which is a valid question, of course. But at a higher level, you need not know how the work gets done. You just need to know how to get the work done from the people who are hired for you. So if that is good, I think that will be fine. But again, sports, I think India needs new sport. Yeah, come on. Olympics need to grow up. What they are doing, they should be having gilli danda, kancha. Ronak, I sincerely wish this from last 5 years. I am telling you. Ah, Mahesh, yeah. What they have wrong games and then they say we are not getting Olympic medal. Yes, Lakshay, correct. Please write down. Is it okay if I use MPC short form in Monetary Policy Committee? You will be comfortable with that, right? Because this MPC is very dangerous. In chapter number 3, in chapter number 1, this MPC was marginal propensity to consume. In chapter number 3, it has become Monetary Policy Committee. And in chapter number 2, let me warn you, MPC is again going to come. At that time, it will be marginal private cost. So same thing is there in 3 chapters with different terminologies. So be ready for that. Okay. So Monetary Policy Committee is made up of 6 members. Yes, Safi, correct. It is member of 6 members, made up of 6 members. 3 members are from RBI, and remaining 3 from central government. Next, 3 members from RBI are governor, deputy governor, any elected representative of RBI. The 3 members from central government, the 3 members from central government are nominees representing government of India, comma, these are people with ability, comma, integrity, comma, having knowledge about finance, monetary policy, economics, and banking. Are you able to relate to the explanation which I gave you? Right? Same points, right? So first I explained you, we tried to by heart it, and now we are just writing it. Next point, students. This system intends to incorporate diversity of views, specialized experience, independence of opinion, excuse me, representativeness, and accountability. The last point, students. Monetary Policy Department assists Monetary Policy Committee in formulating monetary policy. Yes, Sanskar, I read that. That's true. Today is the launch. Someshwar, digital currency of India, which is to be launched by PM Modi. I received a mail because of course I have registered for the government. Yeah, e-rupee, RUPI. Now let's see what it holds. Previous page, yeah, sure, no problem. See this. Let me know if you want me to minimize. Hopefully, yes, Sanskar. Yeah, Ronak, I'll show you that. Okay, so that completes our entire chapter number 3. I think I have taught you 2 units. Unit number 2, students, that is money supply, and unit number 3, that is the monetary policy. Now, unit number 2, my dear friends, was money supply. What did we understand? That first of all, we understood the meaning of money supply, if you recollect, right? So it is the total money in the economy. Then we understood the sources of money supply. There are two sources. One is RBI, the high powered money, and then we have the commercial bank, that is the credit money. Keep on revising in your mind, okay? And then we understood the next part, which was the rationale of money. So it is for monetary developments and making monetary policy framework. Later on, we understood measurement of money supply. Do you recollect that? M1, M2, M3, M4, NM1, NM2, NM3, L1, L2, and L3. As simple as that. We understood the determinants of money supply, and lastly, we understood money multiplier. In money multiplier, what was the formula? It was money supply divided by monetary base, right? And there were three behaviors. If you know, you can speak with me. Behavior of central bank, behavior of commercial bank, and behavior of public. Understood this part now? So that completes our unit number 2. Then we started with unit number 3 in the last lecture. We understood first of all monetary policy, who makes it, how it is made, monetary policy instruments are there. Then we understood what are the objectives of monetary policy. Later on, we understood what analytics of monetary policy, in which we had 5 channels. Channel number 1, interest rate channel. Channel number 2, exchange rate channel. Channel number 3, quantum channel. Channel number 4 was this one, asset price channel. I'm going to show all the pages now, students. If you want to take the screenshot, if anyone is left, you can do it while I'm doing this, all right? So asset price channel, and 5th one is nothing but expectations channel. So very clear in this channels part. Then later on, we understood the procedures and the instruments of monetary policy. In that, it was divided into 3 parts: selecting operating procedure, selecting the intermediate target, and selecting the instruments of monetary policy. So first one would be CRR, which we understood. Then it was second part, that is SLR, statutory liquidity ratio, and liquidity adjustment facility. But in liquidity adjustment facility, you guys make mistake in repo rate and reverse repo rate. I hope now you understand that both has to increase in order to reduce the money supply and vice versa. Next one is marginal standing facility, that is lender of last resort. This was little bit theoretical, norms which are set by RBI. Market stabilization scheme in order to protect our economy for foreign flows. Point number 6, that is open market operations. Later on, we understood organizational structure for monetary policy decisions. It is divided into 2 parts: monetary policy framework agreement, and the second part is nothing but monetary policy committee. So I hope, friends, whatever we have studied today, you are very clear in this, right? So that's it from my side. This is Chirag sir signing off. I'll see you again in the next lecture. God bless you all. Take care. Jai Hind, Jai Economics. Now, those who are having only doubts, they will wait. All others can leave, no problem. If you have doubts, just raise your hand or put it in the chat box. If you want to talk to me, just ask me to unmute. I will talk to you directly, okay? Thank you so much, guys. Those who have doubt, they can wait, or else we are done. Thank you so much. Bye-bye. Unit 1, yeah, I'll do the revision part, maybe, Karina. I'll take the revision, don't worry. Could you repeat the relationship between ERR and money supply? Yes, sure. If we have higher excess reserve ratio, that means if we keep more of reserves with our bank, that means we are giving less loans, right? Less loans means money supply will fall. So it is inverse relationship. How do we revise? Okay, and I'll just explain this. Someshwar, SLR in gold is also very liquid, because gold not necessarily means physical gold. It is electronic gold also, no? Which you can maintain. You can directly sell it online on MCX.